Just keep your eyes closed, please. Long before you appreciate the Ishvara, the totality, it's very important to appreciate yourself, who you are. As when we have seen that example, the wave will not be able to grasp the vastness of the ocean unless it recognizes the water content of himself. The tiny wave cannot grasp the vastness of the ocean. But as water, it is everywhere. Individual body, mind, incapable of grasping the totality, macrocosm, Ishvara. Therefore, first it must see the truth of himself, the meaning of the word I. Once you abide in that, the source, the meaning of the word I, you see the same awareness in all directions. And that time, the statement, Maya tatamidam sarvam sutre maniganaiva Jagat abhyaktam vrittina, Maya, by my unmanifest form, the whole universe is pervaded. No more remains a statement, but a fact that you see in yourself. And your body, you naturally appreciate as the part of the total macrocosmic universe. No more you stand apart. There is no more sense of isolation, separation, alienation. Always in the embrace of totality, Ishvara. Hence, there is no fear, no anxiety of loss or death. In the body of ocean, wave cannot die. In the lap of God, there is no death, but a continuous change. The dance of creation continues. You are the content, Chidambara Nataraja, in the space of consciousness, Shiva dancing away. You are the part, the dancer and the dance. Yet, he alone is existing. You see the both. The oneness in absolute and the apparent divisions at the level of the body, which later on you shall see. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. Indivisible in and through all beings, existing as though divided. So be the indivisible, pure awareness. Live with the divisions. Be the changeless, live with the changes. Just see that, please. It's so essential to be aware of yourself long before you move into macrocosm, totality, Ishvara. Just see that, be that. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutostu Nandi Nivestave Vedai Sanghapada Kramopanishadaihi Ayandiyam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogina Yasyantam vidusura suragana Ayatasmi. Please read verses, please. Verse number 16, please read. Bhaktu marasya sheshena Divyayatma vibhutaya Yavir vibhutir vilokan Imam tvam vyapya tishtasi Katham vidyamaham yogin Tvam sada parichintayan Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu Chintyosi bhagavanmaya Vistarenatmano yogam Vibhutim cha janardane Bhuya kathaya truptirihi Srunuvato nasti me mrutam. Beautiful. When thus the last one, Bhagavan stops with Aham Atmabhavastha Jnanadipena Bhaswata Ajnanajam Tamam Nashayami. It's a beautiful statement. In my presence, the lamp of knowledge, the darkness of ignorance of the individual completely disappears. That time, Atmabhavastha, I am there in the individual as his own nature. This language must be very clearly seen. That is the secret of everything. That to know myself is to know God. Atmadarshanam, Ishadarshanam. In that Upadesharam, Ramana Maharshi, it's a very simple statement. Atmadarshanam, Ishadarshanam. To see yourself is to see God. To see God, you must see yourself. To see the ocean, the wave must recognize the water in him so that he understands the water content of the whole ocean. Once he recognizes the water everywhere, is the water here, the wave is released. Just take that example and see for yourself. Very simple, play with it. You know, when you give an example, just don't think that example is over with one idea. In every example, there are thousands of nuances. Like 10th man story. The more you go about thinking about it, more nuances you will discover. Comparing your physical body to a vehicle, so many times I have told, but how many nuances? Like yesterday, that was so beautiful that a person, when you start your car, if it is already in the gear, the car will move with a jerk and it pulls you suddenly. If you don't like immediately, you bring it back to neutral. What an example for our life. The body vehicle. You are waking up. If you are already in the top gear, miserable. Bring it back to neutral. Be yourself. Then move on. So many nuances. It's never-ending nuances. If you are a thinker, it's a never-ending nuances. Same thing about the wave and the ocean. Imagine, ocean now stands in front of wave as a Mr. Ocean. The God of the wave universe. The wave is a tiny little entity, individual entity. And the ocean, as the God of the wave universe, stands in front of him, and the wave is disappointed, dejected, because he's every moment getting disintegrated, and he wants to give up on himself. And the ocean comes and says, Asocyana nasocastvam. Mr. Ocean stands there and tells him, do not grieve for a thing that is not to be grieved. Never there is a time when you were not. Never there is a time when all these waves were not. Never there is a time when I was not. Neither there shall ever be a time when you shall not be, wave shall not be, I shall not be. From which standpoint are you talking about? Not the name and the form, but as the water. Water was, is, shall be. You as the wave shall disintegrate, but you as the water shall be continuous. Same thing Bhagavan says now. I, you, they. There was never a time when I was not, I will not be. There is never a time when you are not or you shall not be. There is never a time when the kings, all these people are standing around to fight. There is never a time when they were not or they shall not be. I am, I was, I shall be. You are, you were, you shall be. They were, they are, they shall be. The meaning of the word, listen carefully, the meaning of the word I, you and he, one and the same. From my standpoint, I say I. From your standpoint, I becomes you. From both of your standpoints, I and you becomes he. Are you getting that point, please? From my standpoint, I. From your standpoint, you. From some two people's standpoint, he. Sometimes I am I. Sometimes this is referred to as you. Sometimes it is referred to as he. Only your body, even your thought, you refer to as, oh mind, why are you? Huh? Then which is I now? So the I, the mind is sometimes I, sometimes you. But yourself, the awareness, eternally the I. Aham pratyaya gochara. And that is something remains ever the same. So when Ishvara, God says I, every I is included. Are you getting that point, please? See, why that struggle to convince? Because from the childhood onwards, these ideas have been literally not dinned, but drilled into our head that God means somewhere. You have to be continuously praying for a favor, as though He needs my prayer for a favor. Does He not know what I need? That is, in the real devotion, it is not a begging, it's a recognition. Beautiful stories abound in the Bhagavatam and other places. When Sudama was the friend of Krishna, and is very poor, his wife says, Krishna is your friend. Why don't you ask him some favor? And what is Sudama's statement? Does he not know what I need? That is the best prayer in life. Prayer is not a shopping list. Do I not know? Do the God doesn't know that what I need in this life? It will come. That conviction. Understand, please. The prayer is not something where the less powerful, helpless is praying to the more powerful, the stronger. That is a very silly, ignorant, immature attitude. I'm happy with myself. My living is a prayer. Whatever comes, yadruchala avasantushta dvandvatito vimaschara. Who is a devotee? We shall see more of it in 12th chapter. Yadruchala avasantushta. Whatever comes on the way, great. Dvandvatito vimaschara. No conflict of any time. Should have been like this, should have been like that. No. I'm happy with myself. So whatever comes on the way, it doesn't add to my happiness, nor it takes away my happiness. Infinity, na vardhate, na kanyan. Neither it can be increased, nor it can be decreased. That is devotion. When is the love? How beautiful love and affection. When the love and affection become nice, whatever the other person gives, excellent. Doesn't give, excellent. Gives less, excellent. Gives more, excellent. Why? I am not interested in anything from you. I am happy with myself. You understand that statement? In that prayer, there is no helplessness, but He alone is existing. So very clearly you grasp it. The God's eye, the eye here is one and the same. But it has been so much drilled into our head that separation, alienation, helplessness, hopelessness, that never the person can believe that the truth can be here, that I can be the truth. Because from the day one, you are an idiot, you are a sinner, you are a rascal, you are a rogue, you are waste, you are limited, you are mortal. Man is mortal. Do I need a official announcement on that? Man is mortal. Just think of it. But this is the type of ideas drilled into the head. To fight those ideas, that takes the longest time. The person will be sarcastic, full of sarcasm. Oh, sitting down under the tree, the fellow can say, I am immortal. But does he have any responsibility to take on? I see. That is why when you understand the truth, you are the most active person. Or else people shall attribute that happiness to your laziness, lack of responsibility. You understand the reason? What Krishna says, Partha nasti me kartavyam. Hey Arjuna, there is nothing for me to be done in this world. Trishu lokeshu kinchana, in all the three worlds, past, present, future, gross, subtle, causal, in every universe, I have nothing to achieve which I have not yet achieved. I am fully satisfied, contented with myself. Vartayeva cha karmani, yet continue to act on in life. Why? Yadiyaham navartayam jatu karmani atandritah. Atandritah. Tandrarahita, nidrarahita. If without any sleep and rest, if I do not go on continuously being active, people shall say wisdom is equated with laziness. Krishna is very happy. Why? Nothing to do. They shall imitate your lifestyle. They can't imitate your wisdom. That is why act. So when people come for sannyas, religious life, they have got a dream, nothing to do. And then most people will come like that, with that idea. Oh, here also I have to do something. Then are you eating or no? Yes, then what? Your hands are meant only for going into the mouth. Right? Act. But must learn how to act. Live your life. Must learn how to live. Attitude. Attitude must change. Understand? Inactivity is not sign of wisdom. Nor ajivin. Activity is not sign of wisdom. Fulfillment. Only you can see for yourself. Are you acting out of fulfillment? Or are you being inactive out of fulfillment? You are happy with yourself. To do or not to do is your choice. But you exercise your choice to act on, to get yourself busy, involved in life. Why? Or else you shall send a wrong message to the world. The person will equate wisdom with laziness, inactivity. So your living is a prayer, continuous. So when Bhagavan says, I am everywhere, you also know that includes me. But when the Mr. Wave looks at Mr. Ocean with all his dazzling brilliance, the totality, he cannot believe, "Ayo, how can I be like that?" Yes, you cannot be the roaring ocean, but you can be calm waters. The wave cannot roar like the ocean, but a wave can be the lapping waters of the vast ocean. Do you understand? When you say Krishna standing in front of you talking, it's not from somewhere he has landed here. He is the creation, he is the creator. In what form shall he take? It can be Krishna, Rama, Hari, Vishnu, anything, doesn't matter. And I'm not interested in what form he talks. What he talks, I'm interested in that. Does he reveal the truth to me? That is why it can be Deva, the masculine, can be Devi, feminine, neuter, anything, it doesn't matter. I'm interested in the message. And that is what Arjuna says, "O Lord, what you say, I appreciate. Parabrahma, you are Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. You are Parabrahma, Parveshi. There is nothing other than you." That also I see it in myself. But God, I am little curious, so sweet. I am with one body. Samanya Jnanam is there, general knowledge, the consciousness here, consciousness everywhere. True. But when I have got only one body at my disposal, you are with the whole macrocosmic universe. The whole thing is yours, of which this body is an essential part. Can you tell me in what all forms you exist? Why? So that I can remember you. It is so easy to lose sight of the earth, being obsessed with a place. Is it a difficult statement to understand? Why do you think to the world people are fighting? England is for English, Europe is for European, India for Indian, China for Chinese, Australia for Australian. Who thinks about the world? And these little flags you have got, it doesn't unite, it divides. Other day I was telling, somewhere in 25, 10, 15 years back, every national flag should have a globe embossed in it. The whole globe, the earth must be embossed on it. Every flag. Why? First you are earth, then you are a country. Are you getting that point, please? Then at least you will remember that we are not divided in the name of the countries and continents. First it is earth, then it is a country. Because it's so easy to forget the country, identifying with a village. So easy to forget the village, identifying with a family. So easy to forget the family, identifying with a body. So easy to neglect the whole body, identifying with one sense organ. Do you understand? Or difficult? Why there is so much a mess? Why the world is messed up? Why the personal world of the individual is messed up? You forget the body, identifying with one part. Somebody is obsessed with sound or a touch or a taste or a smell or a sight, obsessed with food, obsessed with sex, obsessed with comfort, obsessed with a car, obsessed with something. The whole body is sacrificed because of the obsession with one body. The entire range of thought is neglected because of your obsession with one thought, I thought. Everything but the satisfaction of the I, the individual. You become utterly selfish. Can you remember the whole body when you are torturing the whole body for the sake of one sense organ? Can you remember the entire personality when you are torturing the personality for one thought, one memory? Can you remember the village when you are torturing the whole village for the sake of a family? Can you think of the country when you are making use of the whole country for your selfish interest? Can you remember the world, that what a disaster it will strike if two countries fight? After all, the world will be destroyed. What is environmental problem today? America will put a maximum exploitation. China will take maximum exploitation. India or the Brazil or the Europe or civilized countries, total misuse of the environment. But who suffers? The whole world. Simple principle. If a visible earth do not hold us together, an invisible God will hold us together, think. That is why religion has failed. And what type of religion again? The religions which make gods also fanatic gods. You make God fanatic because you make God exclusive. If you make the God itself exclusive, or only himself and not herself, where is the hope of that religion bringing the whole world together? Impossible. So Ajivan, living in a place, my 3 feet by 3 feet land on which I stand, definitely this is my land, because in my land means for some time I am standing on this land, but it's part of the whole earth. Same way, living with this body, how do I remember, O Lord, that you alone are existing? Every moment I should be able to remember. Can you give me? Bhaktumarasi asheshena divya atma vibhutaya. Your own glory, O Lord, in what all forms you existing, please share with me, keeping back anything with yourself. Yabi vibhutirvi lokan imam tvam vyapyatishtasi. By imam vyapyatishtasi, by pervading this whole creation, which what vibhuti you pervade the whole creation, that glory, please share with me. Katham vidyam aham yogin tvam sada parichintayan, O Lord. Tvam parichintayan, thinking about you. How do I remember you all the time? Keshu keshu cha bhavesu chintyosi bhagavan maya. In what form shall I think of you? Listen carefully. Arjuna, still, are you getting that? If the person really, Arjuna, clearly understands what Bhagavan says, he will not ask this question. Why? To think of a person, which part of the body you shall think of? To think of an individual, which part of the body you shall think of? Anywhere. To think of India, which part of the body India we should think of? Imagine, no, are you getting that point? Imagine, what? How much can I say? You see, Earth is the planet. I am included in the Earth. Now to think of the Earth, which form I should think of? What is the easiest form to think of? Globe or me? Do you understand? The earth includes me. Are you getting that point, please? The earth includes me. So think of the earth, which form I should remember? Globe? Because so much we are again brainwashed. What is that? This earth is represented by globe. Why earth cannot be represented by me? Why earth cannot be represented by anything in this earth? Everything is earth. But this much is not earth, as even globe. Globe can represent the earth, but that much is not the whole earth. But it is a symbol in which everything is represented. In my body, your body is not represented. Then what is the difference between a globe and the person? When the globe, everybody is represented. In my body, only I am represented. Suppose my photo you take. Are you getting that? Suppose you take my photo. In my photo, where is your photo? But in the globe, all of us are included. When you are taking the X-ray of the heart, you are not taking the X-ray of the kidney. When you are taking the X-ray of the kidney, you are not taking X-ray of the lungs. But when you are doing the CAT scan of the whole body, can you say CAT scan of the whole body and kidney? Are you nuts? In a CAT scan of the whole body means kidney included. So when my form is represented, only my form. When you take the earth, everybody is represented there. Why do you worship God? Only for that. That is why when you take a man as, put up a man as the God's form, then it becomes very difficult for many people to accept it. You understand the God-man stuff now? Who is replacing everything? Oh. That is why the whole iconography, the form of Vishnu, Shiva, Hari, is all one and the same. Yet, every form represents the whole earth. Narayanam, antarvahisya tat sarvam vyapya narayana stitah, antascha vyapya, pervading within, bahischa vyapya, pervading without, yat stitah, that which is existing, you want to call it Narayana. Only Narayana. Sa Shiva, is Shiva, sa Hari, sa Indraha, sa Aksharaha, Paramashwarat. Any name you can call it. Vyapakatvad Vishnu, Sarvam Shivamayam. Which form you should take? Hey, you take which one you like. Oh, Vishnu is so nice, full of ornaments. But this is very gaudy. I like Shiva, like a meditator. Why Shiva, Vishnu? I like Mommy. Lakshmi, Saraswati, Mugambike, Jnanambika, Mugambika, something. Meenakshi. They are not for me. Formless. Closer. Why should I give a form? Okay, why should you give a form? Which one is better? You choose. Whatever you like. But in that particular representation, everybody is represented. When a man's body is represented, others are not represented. Are you getting that? As to why we should worship Ishvara. Understand? In any form. And once you see in every form, of course, suppose you say, no, I like him in any form, but I see God in my father. Okay, worship your father. No, worship my guru. Okay, worship your guru. But don't make it a cult. At no time. I see it in a stone. Now, where you see is not my problem. You see yourself in and through everything. Thereafter, suppose you say, the stone reminds me of myself. Keep the stone inside, outside, doesn't matter. I like this flower. I like this book. Anything you like, you take it. Why? For your convenience. Therefore, Bhagavan, when Arjuna asked this question, oh Lord, please tell me, in what way shall I remember? What shall Krishna really say? You will see that. Very beautifully say, starts with himself, starts with you. But Please give me parichintan. In what form? Keshu keshu bhavesu chintyosi bhagavan maya. In just like in what form you shall think of the earth, yourself is good enough. Same way, Ishvara. Vistarena atmana yogam vibhutim cha janardana. Yoga, your Aishwarya Shakti, vibhuti, your Vishesha vibhuti, glory. He Janardana, please tell him. Janardana, dushta janamardana. You are the one who destroys ignorance, destroy everything that is limited. You are limitless. Bhuya katha truptihi srunvato nasti me amrutam. Is amrutam srunvataha? Me trupti nasti. More and more I listen to your glory because it includes my glory also. Therefore, Lord, there is no end to this. I can go on listening to this glory of yours. Why? Because I am included. See, when you talk to an Indian about the glory of India, talk to an European about the glory of Europe, why the person feels good? You talk to an Australian about the glory of Australia. Why the people feel, or you talk to a person about the glory of his family, how his great-grandfather was great. Why he feels very good? Great-grandson. Why do you feel like that? Because you are also part of it. When you listen to the glory of God, there is all-pervasiveness. There is no end to listening. You are never tired of listening to these things. Why? Because when he says, he is all-pervasive, I am included. If you are not included, it will be a continuous reminder of your limitation and you will hate it. Are you getting that point, please? When somebody, if God is always glorified and the person is not, then you are, by glorifying somebody, you are reminding him of his limitation. Like, what do the people say? How do you destroy somebody? You know, the way your wife cooks, suppose in presence of your wife, you talk to another person's wife, the way your friend's wife, the way she cooks, nobody cooks, your wife is killed. Read that. The way your husband takes care of you, there is no better husband in the world. Your husband is destroyed. Driver means you should have drivers like this. Then other drivers are dead. Are you getting that point? How we destroy people? Students means must be like this type of students. This fellow is killed. Ayo, I am an idiot. Guru means must be like this. Finished. Why? Because it reminds you of your limitation. But when you talk about the glory of Ishvara, now suddenly reminds you of your own glory, that you are part of the totality. He can't be infinity if it doesn't include me. He can't be all-pervasive if I am not included. The world atlas is incomplete if I am not represented there. Can you believe your power now? Huh? Without you, the world map is incomplete. Right or wrong? Without you, the globe is incomplete. The map of the universe is incomplete without you. Without you, even the God is incomplete. Why? Because if you can stand apart, he is limited by your presence. Just think of it. Therefore, O Lord, please tell me. When he says that, now Bhagavan starts. Read. Sri Bhagavan uvacha hantate kathayishyami divyayatma vibhutayah Pradhanyata kuru sreshtha. Nastyanto vistarasya me. Aham atma gudakesha. Sarvabhutashayastitah. Aham adisya madhyam cha. Bhutanamantare cha. Shri Bhagavanu vache. Hantate kathayishyami. Divyāhyatma vibhūtayah. Pradhanyata kuru sreshtha. Nastyanto vistarasya me. Aham atma gudakesha. Sarvabhutashayastitah. Aham adisya madhyam cha. Bhutanamanta eva cha. The language now onwards, it will be like that. Sri Bhagavan now says, Hey Arjuna, hanta te kathamishyami. Hanta, indeed, idanim te kathayishyami. I shall tell you. Divya Atma Vibhuta, all my glories, divine, glorious presence that I am, I shall share with you. But, hey Arjuna, I shall tell you, pradhanyata. The main features of my glory I shall talk about. Why? Nastyanto vistarasya me. Vistarasya me anta nasti. Details is never ending. Appa, you see, understand that. Now, when you think, now listen carefully, when you are listening to this, that is where already your mind must have expanded. Like, Mr. Ocean is standing in front of the wave, but the wave is not thinking, this is another wave talking to me, but the whole ocean is talking to me. Can you imagine that? Mr. Wave should not say, Mr. Ocean, another fellow talking to me. No, the Mr. Ocean talking, the entire ocean, embodied in this form. And when he says I, this body is included. He is talking about the glory of the ocean. When you think of Krishna, the teacher, Jagat Guru, that's why I call him Jagat Guru. Anybody can learn things for itself. When he says, it is not another tiny body is talking, but a representation of the entire universe, the gross, subtle, causal. When he says I, it includes the Virat, the whole macrocosmic universe, Hiranyagarbha, the total mind, Ishvara, the complete Maya, ignorance, the totality. When he says I, nobody stands excluded. So now he is telling, call it she, call it it, whatever you like. That's why continuously you must see that. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu, the mother who exists in all the beings in all forms. Sarvabhuteshu sarvarupena sanstita. Call it Devata, Ishvara, Sarvam Shivamayam. Everything is Shiva, everything is Vishnu. It doesn't matter. When he says I, don't confine that to one body. Imagine Mr. Ocean. When I say I, the whole ocean is included, wave is included. When I say I, as a physical body, all the cells are helplessly included. All the limbs are helplessly included. When I say, I am going, the finger cannot say, I am staying back. Try. I am going, the toe says, I am not coming. Are you getting that point? No, you must see it. Then only we shall feel that power of the divine, the totality, Ishvara. You can't talk about the God and nonsense. One day, sadhu was walking about. And the king was telling, I am the king. This man smiled and said, if you can be proud of just because a part of a kingdom, imagine how proud I should be, part of the Ishvara himself. But I can't be proud. Why? I'm not the only one to be the part of Ishvara. Everybody is. A king can be proud. Why? He has a limit, border to his kingdom. 100 acre, 100,000 acre, 5 million, 100 million acres, 100 billion acre. Forbes 500 list. Big, rich man. Down, 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 down. You have your limitation. Like a man was being interviewed for a postal job. Civil service in a government. So he was interviewed for a job in a post office. And somebody there, they asked him, what is the distance between sun and the earth? He said, look, if you are planning to put me on that route, I am not taking the job. Because he has his limitation. Don't put... Ishvara. He has his limitation. So there is a comparison. 100 acre, 100,000, 500,000, king and all that stuff. The man with a little money can be so proud. You are working for a particular company and you shall see how proud he is. As though, suppose you are working for IBM, as the fellow is working an engineer there, he said, he is the IBM. Right? You are working for the some bank, so this person, he is the bank. For how long? Until you retire, right? Or you are thrown out, either of the way. If the part of a little bank, part of a little corporation, part of a little company, part of a little family, part of a little empire, you can be so proud. Imagine what shall be the confidence level of the man who discovers himself as part of the totality. So, a devotee is humble, neither is proud. Why? There is a difference between confidence and pride. Pride is false confidence. In confidence there is no pride, but in pride there is a false confidence. It doesn't belong to you. I'm proud of riches, then riches are important, not you. Proud of the position, then position is important, not you. That is why people are so desperately trying to clinging onto position, clinging onto money, power, everything. That is why even religious hierarchy, you want to be in the position. What position you put up in the religious hierarchy? Am I the top man, bottom man, middle man? Farthest from Ishvara, God. Luckily you cannot be far away from Him. Understand? Anyway, so one who sees this, Vibhuti, is part of Ishvara himself. So whenever you are reading this, that's what you visualize. See clearly. When Krishna says, I am, include yourself. Like Mr. Earth standing and talking. So many things are in me. Oh, we all belong to the same family. Yes. Everybody is divine. Everybody is. immortal, absolute happiness, fulfillment. Then, for some time, living with a body which is limited. Timeless existence, playing with time for a few years. All pervasive, passing through this planet for few days. Can you see that? You are a millionaire, you are a top millionaire, billionaire in your own country. Lakefront, seafront, mountain top, castle. But you are passing through poorer countries of the world. Always aware where you belong, but passing through certain inconveniences. Why? See these countries, Infinity, absolute, all-pervasive. Passing through this world for some time with a body vehicle which has its limitation. Lovely sightseeing. How long? Choice depends on you. Extend your stay as much as you like, keeping the body healthy. But if you want to kill the body, choice is yours. Understand? Vibhuti, the whole living is sharing the glory of the totality. And that's what Bhagavan will say. Hantate kathaishyami. Arjuna, I shall tell you now. Vibhutaya. Pradhanyada kurusesta. Main features. Nastyanto vistarasyame. Elaborately to talk about, there is no end to it. Why? Remember that verse. Asitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhu patre surataru varasakha lekhani patramurvi likhati yadi gruhitva sharada sarvakalam tadapitava gunanam ishaparam nayati. Chant it, feel it. O Lord. Ashitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhu. The ocean pot, Himalayan dimension of a ink. The biggest pen is the biggest branch of the biggest tree. And who is going to write? Sharada Sarvakalam. The goddess of learning herself goes on writing for eternity with the biggest pen, best amount of ink, in the biggest paper. Even at the end of eternity, she can't write even an iota of your glory. Why? They told you every second, this second, imagine the whole universe going through the changes. By the time you observe in this second, what has happened to your nail here, the whole body has changed. Write down the nail changes, already gone. As you are writing a letter, before you start a letter, million pages of writing is finished. Why? Millions of pages of writing which could have been written cannot be written. Why? You are writing first a letter. You understand what I am talking? Grasp it. Nobody can describe the vastness of the totality. Ishvara. Even if you write for end of it. Nastyanto vistarasyami. Hey Arjuna, nobody can write about the every details of my existence. Who can write? How much can I talk? But I shall tell you. And what is the main feature? The first one is the best one. Underline it and print it in your head for the rest of life. It is so beautiful, you cannot beat it. What is the glory of God? Listen, see. Read it again, I'll explain. Aham atma gudakesha sarvabhutashayastitah aham adisya madhyam cha bhutanamanta eva cha. Understand what is pradhanyata, he says. And listen, what is that? Pradhanyata. The main features I shall tell you. And the first thing is What shall you say? Suppose somebody asks you, well, take it. Suppose somebody asks you, what are your achievements in life? Ask. Ask anybody. What are your achievements in life? What shall you say? First thing which comes to your mind is your best achievement, right? What is the novel you like? First thing that comes to your head is your best. What is the best experience of your life? Don't tell me, huh? Don't tell me. What is the best experience of your life? Whichever clicks, that is the best. Which you really enjoyed. Who is the person whom you love most? If you are thinking, you don't love anybody. Don't worry. Who is the person you really like? Boom, it will come. Think of it. What is the best place you have seen? Comes up. Why? Because that's the best thing. What all places you have seen? You have to imagine. Not imagine. Think. Okay, this one, this one, this one. What? I have gone so many places around the world. I'll tell you what is the best place. Because so many places, how can I talk? Don't you say that? Now imagine, Bhagavan, what shall I say? What is the best food you have eaten? So many things you have eaten. Which one? You have to worry. Then whichever best, you tell first. Okay? Now same thing. Bhagavan says, I'll tell you pradhanyata, main features. What are the main things? And first thing, aham atma, aham atma, sarva bhuta sayastita. I am the one who is existing in all the beings. See that? That is my greatest glory. Oh Lord, please tell me your Dibya Atma Vibhutaya. Tell me your greatest glories. Bhagavan says, I shall tell. And my greatest glory is, I am the self in all the beings. So, whenever you say, Aham Atma, listen, Aham Atma, are there two different meanings? I, the meaning of the word I, if you want to give it a name, Atma. Remember this Tattvada classes. You understand? When you say, that's why you don't say, Atma is all pervasive, Atman is a useless language. Atman is immortal. Nonsense. Don't do that. Aham, Atma. I, self, synonymous. Sarva bhuta asayastita. I am in all the beings. In the core of every form, I am the formless presence. In the core of every body, I am the bodiless awareness. That is my biggest, greatest glory. Why? Everybody can share it complete. In consciousness, there is no lesser density, greater density. Less thick, more thick. Less pure, more pure. Body, mind, elements, you shall have this comparison. In the self is an incomparable existence. Nobody is more divine than the other. Nobody is less divine than the other. That is why Krishna was in love with what? Everything. Yamuna, mountains, cows, gopas, gopis, trees, everything. Simultaneously the entire world was enchanted by his presence. Nobody stands apart, nothing stands apart. Understand that. Aham Atma. One word. Aham. The meaning of that word is, if you want to give it a name, Atma. Aham, if you identify with this is body. If this object you want to give a name, body. Outside if you want to name, riches. Identify the senses, eyes, ears. Identify your thought, father, mother. Identify the self. What is that self? The meaning of the word I. Want to name it? Atma. All-pervasive? Brahma. The water in the wave, Atma. The water in the ocean, Brahman. Same thing, Brahmatmayo Aikyam. Understand the word. Self. Aham Atma. Sarva Bhutas. Hey Arjuna, I am the one in all the beings. So, when he overtakes me, where is the question of my resisting? Think. This is the beauty of the whole teaching. He says, everything is included in me. Now suppose another person now comes and teaches you, he is different, you are different. Krishna is different, you are different. What? Do I need such a teaching? If this is teaching, then what is cheating? You cheated the best things of your life. You die without recognizing the oneness. Diversity, differences, nobody need to educate me about. I know it. That is why there is a continuous fear. You die away without knowing the oneness that is ever prevalent. It's like a mountain remaining under the cloud. I was in New Zealand one time, in Christchurch. In the Christchurch, everybody, 3 days we stayed, 3 days it was cloud. Complete cloud. Then everybody is telling me in Christchurch, oh Swamiji, if the cloud goes, it will be a huge range of mountain here. Why? Hella cloud da. You know, all clouds. Cloud. Morning I get up, I make it a point. Only morning I'll get up, look, cloud. 3 days it stayed. And the 4th day when I was supposed to go, that evening, little it cleared up. Ha! Majestic mountain. That evening there was a talk. That's what I told. If this cloud would not have gone, I would have gone back with an idea there is no mountains in the Christchurch horizon. If the cloud would not have been lifted, what should I say? There is no mountain there. Yeah, I didn't see. For some people, when this veil or cloud of ignorance is not lifted, they shall die with an idea that there is an infinity absolute. That is why. Shall you help them to remove that veil of ignorance, or shall I cover it further by telling that I am separate from everything? Do I need a teacher for it? Do I need a scripture for it? When you give the status of a scripture to a book which talks about duality, separation, alienation, you commit the worst crime against mankind. Yes, truth that divides. A teaching that limits. They are a curse to the world. Understand? See the oneness. Aham Atma. Sarva Bhutas. In all the beings. In the tree, yes. Monkey, man, anything. Abrahma Stamba Paryantam. Beginning from the unconscious to the most conscious. Brahmadi Pipilika Paryantam. Beginning from the creator to the ant. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Everything is oneness. Absolute. Krishna says that. What is beautiful? I am the self in all the beings. That is my main. Aham Adishcha Madhyamcha Bhutanam Antarevacha. I am the beginning. I am the middle. I am the end. So now suddenly don't feel frightened. Oh, God is the beginning, He is the middle. I am also the beginning, the middle and the end. When He is the beginning, middle and end, all pervasive, actually I am also included in that. Ahamadishya, Madhyamcha, Bhutan. What is that? Listen carefully. What is that which is the beginning, the middle and the end? Aham in me, not the body. Aham. I am the beginning. I am the middle. I am the end. Even a child should understand it. Other day, I was playing with a child. So many children have played this game and I have got so many titles from them. One child said, I said, what is your name? He said, my name is Aditya. Then I said, oh. Then I said, all right, my name is Aditya. He said, no, my name is Aditya. I said, yes, I am telling that. My name is Aditya. He said, no, your name is Swamiji. I said, yes, your name is Swamiji. Whatever you say, I am telling, no. No, your name is Swamiji. I said, yes, your name is Swamiji. He said, no, my name is Aditya. I said, yes, my name is Aditya. He got so fed up. You know what he told to the mother? Is the Swamiji really that stupid? He used that word, Is he really stupid? Then he calls me the stupid Swami uncle. 4-year-old, huh? So, why? Think the game. He says, my name is not only his name. In that, it will be in ordinary conversation, that is true. When he says, my name, it is not my name. It is his name. When Krishna says, I am everywhere, don't say, Krishna is everywhere. Huh? God is everywhere. God is everywhere. What about me? Like people do that, no. Everywhere there is God, except here, right? Everywhere there is God. All around there is God, except here, right? That is why that story, Bali. Bali is so beautiful. Bali the Vamana, Bali the king of Asuras. You know why they call them Asura? Asura? Asun. Asusu praneshu ramantaiti Asura. Those who revel in the prana, senses and sense organs and sensations, they are the Rakshasas, Asuras. Asura. Those who revel in the sensations of prana, pranic, sense organ sensations. Now what happens? Asura. So this Bali now is too proud of himself and he says what? He was ruling everything. Now the Vishnu comes as the form of a Vamana, dwarf. Why the dwarf? Because when you are begging for a favor, you are not a big man, you are a small. The giver becomes bigger, the receiver is small. The receiver is always small. That is why Vishnu comes in the form of a Vamana. Then he says, what do you want? I want only 3 feet land. What is it? You ask for the kingdom, take it. What is it? 3 feet and you are a small fellow also. All right. No changing mind? He said, no. All right, you take it. And when he said, yes, Vishnu covers, takes his own. That's why Trivikrama, Ulagalanna Perumal, in the Tirukoilur it is there. That photo, that statue is in our classroom. In 1 foot, he covers the whole earth. Another one, the entire Prithvi. Now he says, where shall I put my 3rd foot? Whole Prithvi is covered, but in one place he is not there. Where? In Bali's mind, because he is standing separate from God, trying to give him something. Say, oh Lord, put it here. Covers the whole universe. When ego, thus, it's a beautiful symbol. When the ego sacrifices itself at the altar of the Lord, call it sacrifice, call it merging, call it, you use any language you like. Resolving, dissolving in love, devotion, any language you like. When that is there, Ishvara alone is existing. He is the beginning, middle, end. If you say, listen, if you want to create a story about ego is gone, what type of picturization you can make? Can you make a pictorial presentation of ego being demolished? That is why the person is there, picture is there, story is there. How do you, are you getting that? How do you paint your anger? Paint your anger. Can you paint anger without painting angry man? Anger is disembodied. Emotions are disembodied, subtle. Then he says, so your anger? Anger. So your love? Call somebody. How do you paint your thought? Paint your thought. Jealousy? Anything. Sense of distance? Huh? Now, see, when you put these pictures, then you name it. Anger, hatred, jealousy. Meditation? Wrong. Meditation, if you put like this, that is a mistake. Meditation what? Any picture should be meditation. Like, picture of earth. Which picture you should put? Any picture. Anything shall represent earth. You want to represent God? What form you should give? Anything. Anything should remind you of God. Only if you remember yourself. Or else, He is the God, I am the separate. That problem will be lasting forever. So when he says, Aham adishya madhyam cha bhutanam antarevach, I am the beginning, middle. That I in you, beginningless, endless, all pervasiveness. This is my pradhanyata, the best. After that, nastyanto vistarasyame. These are all, okay, I will tell you. He says that. Shankara, very nice. Tad asaktena cha uttamesu uttaresu bhavesu chintya. In case you are incapable of seeing this, the God in yourself, okay, uttaresu bhavesu, other things are given. Aham chintayitum sakyam yasmat. In what way I shall think about it? I shall give you the list. What? The whole world's list. What are they? You read and just pass. What can I say? Everything. What form shall you take? If you miss one thing here, you can hold on to anything you like. If you have that, anything is beautiful. Or you can see him in any form also you like. But when you see yourself, God, everywhere. But in case you start with that, you have to bring it to yourself. Are you getting that point, please? Are you getting that? Huh? When Ishvara you say, Ahamatma, Gudakesha, that name, he calls him now. Different types, different names are given. When you are reading Bhashya, he can give you all the names. So many meanings. When Krishna calls Arjuna by a name, it's a particular reason. Why that particular name, why not the other name? Now here is a Gudakesha. Gudaka, Nidra. Nidra, Tasya Ishaha, Gudakesha, Jitendriyaha. The person who has won over the sleep. So won over the sleep means slothfulness, laziness, sensations. Jitendriya, Gudakesha. You are never overtaken by sleep, slothfulness, laziness. Why? You are supposed to be conscious. Aham Atma. Hey Gudakesha, hey Arjuna, you are already won over the sleep. For you, it is just like that. Happa. When somebody recognizes in you something, a good quality, hey, you are such a good singer, you will sing a little more. The way you cook, I don't think anybody can cook. You will have a special cooking that day. Why they do that? That is why if you go on telling person, Swamiji, this fellow is not sincere, and right in front of me you tell, or I tell in front of you, in front of everybody, I point out, this fellow is not very sincere. He shall prove his insincerity rest of the time. Because he is not sincere. Any time you want to see some changes in a person, just tell the opposite. Even if a fellow is a rascal, you say, nobody is like you. Wonderful. He has to prove it. But what do you say? No, Swamiji, I say spade a spade. Yeah, about other people you say spade a spade. What about yourself? And that is different. Like mullah. Mullah was one day walking. Then one fellow runs. Mullah, what shall you do? If somebody kills a cat, what should you do? What is the prayashchita? What is the atonement? What is the repentance? Oh, you have to give the mullah one golden cat. If you have killed a cat, you have to give the mullah golden cat. Anybody kills a cat, he has to give a golden. Mullah, your son has killed it. Oh, then it's different. If your son kills, it is different. If somebody else's son kills, of course. If you cannot do anything, everybody cannot do everything. If other fellow cannot do anything, lazy, rascal, stupid, true. Understand? That is why religion destroys people. Why? You start with an idea, you are not divine. If you are getting that, if you kill the fellow in the beginning, you are a rascal, you are a rogue, you are a sinner, you are a waster, you are limited. Then having branded him that way, how are you going to put him on the other side? Once you tell a lie, how are you going to manage? Like a fellow one day, he went to his house and of course he slept. And morning when he wakes up, his wife was really angry. And he said, what is this last night? All the time you are only repeating Suji, 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 Suji. He said, oh, that is the horse I baited. So that is the name of the horse. I baited last night, last afternoon I baited on that. Oh, I forgot $10. I own $10. Take it. So she owned Suji. Then the fellow goes to office, comes at 4 o'clock evening, and the wife is again on the mood. I said, your horse phoned back 4 o'clock. Your horse rang back. Imagine. If you tell a lie, you have to maintain it, you see? Understand? So if you go on to one fellow, you tell him once, you are a sinner, you are a waste, you are limited, you are mortal, you are this. Then if later on you say you are divine, what? Already you have condemned him from the day one. And now suddenly you change your thing. Why? Everybody says he is divine, so you must be divine also. But the conditioning is so strong. I say, day one, your name is God. Who are you? My name is Vishnu. I am Shiva. Oh. From the day one, you understand your name. You understand the truth. That is why the tradition, where every person must be named according to truth. That's why in case it is not so, as a brahmachari, when you study, then your name is given, a new change is given. Because your name is according to the understanding that you have. That is why Shuddha Chaitanya, pure awareness, Mukta Chaitanya, Satya Chaitanya, Nitya Chaitanya, your eternal, pure consciousness. Eternally blissful. So that is the first one. Cannot do it? Don't worry. Start with anything, but go back to yourself. And what are the things I am? Read it. We shall see in the afternoon. Adityanamaham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviransuman Marichir Marutamasmi Nakshatranamaham Shasi. But please remember this one. Close your eyes, we shall see. Please repeat and see this for yourself. Aham Atma Gudakesha. As you chant, you see. Aham. The meaning of the word I. And you name it Atma. Sarvabhuta says that all the beings. Nobody less or more divine. Everything is divine. I am the beginning, the middle, the end. The beginningless, endless existence. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayastitah Aham Adisya Madhyam Cha Bhutanamanta eva cha Aham Adyam cha Madhyam cha Bhutanamanta eva cha. I'm the beginning, middle, the end. The I in me, beginningless, endless.